Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over kind of not specifically just Chelsea versus Charlton, but we're going to go over just Chelsea in general. That first game under Liam Rosenior. Obviously it could have been like a banana skin game where it just everything absolutely slips from underneath us. And it's not the toughest of games where you can go in and dominate play and really show what your team's made of. This is a team that's, and no disrespect to Charlton, obviously they're not at an elite level. So they're going to defend everybody behind the ball, all 10 players behind the ball, and just have everybody as condensed as possible, make the midfield as congested as possible. And this could really be a tough game for Liam Rosenior to set up against. And obviously he's not going to take his tactics and fully just integrate them into the team. He's probably going to do little changes here and there. So I kind of like the way that the team was set up. I know the game feels like it was forever ago. I wanted to touch on this. I've been busy lately. But I want to touch on this before the Arsenal game today, because I think that's really where we're going to see if he's just tactically inept, if he is able to handle a monster like Arsenal, and one of the best teams in the Premier League, most likely going to win the Premier League this year. I think Man City could give him a run for their money. I think with Semenyo in the team, they look even better because he can play across that whole front line. I think he's such a brilliant player, but we'll discuss that in another video. Let's stick to Chelsea here. And I think realistically, the way everything was set up, I never really like to go off the FOT mob ratings. I think they're atrocious because Tyrese Campbell played really well in this game, but positionally, and they didn't really get the most touches. He was all over the fucking place. This dude is a athletic monster. So I really can't trust these ratings ever. Garnacho, that's kind of fitting. He didn't really do much. He wasn't the A-side winger in this game. Jamie Gittins definitely did a majority of the work, especially because the midfield is so condensed. Everything in this area was completely boxed up. So the only openings that we really had were Badiashile to Garnacho, Achapon to Gittins, and I think Gittins was from minute one cooking. Like, he just looked like a completely different player. This is for sure one of his best games in a Chelsea kit so far, and he looked fantastic. He was taking his man one-on-one. I've never seen him play on the right. I've only ever seen him on the left. I did not watch too much of Dortmund last season, so I didn't really ever get to see him play, bar in like the Champions League and stuff like that, but never watched actual league play for Dortmund, so I never saw him too much. But Achampong to Gittins, and Gittins would just take his man one-on-one over and over and over, and he was causing absolute havoc on the right wing. It was such a pleasure to watch him play. Buonanotte, he was okay. He got his goal. And I believe he also got an assist. He was really good in the game, but not super effective. I just don't think he's at the Chelsea level for a 10. And that's no disrespect to him. It's just, I feel like what we're accustomed to and what we were accustomed to, because Cole Palmer hasn't been doing it this season. We need someone like Cole Palmer playing in that role, firing it at full effect. And I just don't think we're going to get that this season. I don't think we're going to see an elite 10 in the position this season, because Cole Palmer is dealing with groin injuries over and over again. And if you haven't seen the news, he was battling a chronic groin injury again. So I think I was right in thinking he's just not right now. I think there's something, that groin injury is really fucking with him and his mentality, his physicality. I don't think he's able to play the game like he wants to. So it's super unfortunate for Liam Rosenior, for Chelsea fans, for Cole Palmer. I mean, the season you had prior, and the way that you've kind of blew up so quickly and then you get instantly halted by this injury, it's a shame to see. Our back line was actually pretty good in this game. They didn't have much to do but pass back to one another. Hato, his goal, he took his goal extremely well. And he was kind of playing in like the left 10 role, kind of here, the Cucurella role. And he looked really good. I'm excited to see what he does against Arsenal, because we're not going to have Cucurella. We're not going to have Caicedo. They're both suspended, so it's going to be another, I think we're going to have Santos and, oh, dude. Yeah, it's going to have to be Santos and Enzo, and Santos is just going to have to play the Caicedo role, and we're just going to really have to try to out-dominate a extremely strong midfield in Arsenal. So I don't know how that's going to go, but Mark Uy had a really good game for Chelsea. And honestly, Liam Rosenior, let's touch on that for a second. I think I'm going to be optimistic with him. I don't want to just throw everything away and just instantly completely give up on Liam Rosenior, right? Just because I don't like the owners and the way that they're running the club doesn't mean that I don't have respect for him. I do. I just hope that he gets the respect of the players. The one thing I like about when a new manager comes in is I think it puts a fire under every player's ass, because it's like every player is fighting for a spot in the team. They can find their role. If you've been absolutely excluded from everything, like first, I don't think they could start. Don't get me wrong, but I think Axel Disasi and I think Raheem Sterling could somehow make their way back into this team. And it's like, if you're going to be here, you may as well ride it out. You know, if anybody in this team can come back and truly stake a claim and be here and show Liam Rosenior that you want to play for this team, and people that may not have gotten chances with Enzo, and people that may have not gotten chances to run in even cup games, you know, these players might get some real playing time, and that's exciting for a fan to watch, because you get to see all your players at full pelt, nonstop, working their asses off, just going. And you know, from so far what I've seen from Liam is he seems charismatic, he seems optimistic, he seems like he really wants to be Chelsea manager. So I like that. We're gonna really have to see. Today's test is against Arsenal, so we're gonna have to see this. The next video you see could be a completely different energy. So hopefully I'm in a great mood. Hopefully we perform well against Arsenal, even if we lose. As long as we perform well and we show a little bit of, you know, if we play with chest, I want to see some fucking effort from the boys. I want to see us actually really go for it. And one thing I want to see you guys go for is hitting that subscribe button, hit the like button, and peace.